Okay.
So let's
So
start
what
just
is
with describing what is digital transformation and automation, so we'll be aligned of like what people come with and how do you solve it for them.
yeah, I'm gonna try actually to scrap away the hype out of everything that we're talking about, because this is one of the things that I don't like. Hype kind of stands in the way. So digital transformation sounds quite sophisticated, but essentially it's the process of taking a business that is doing something, anything. I guess mostly online. I don't know. It's not relevant for me to talk about offline businesses. So I'm going to talk about online businesses doing something, anything, in a repetitive manner, and then automating that. So obviously, the first thing you're going to look is the CRM. How you deal with the leads, with sales, and all the small menial tasks that you do on day to day, which maybe send invoices, follow up, and stuff like the setting up meetings, to even higher level stuff like executing projects that I do for a living. When I build a new system for a business, and that's a project, and a lot of that I automate. So digital transformation is taking your business and putting as much as possible, transferring as much as possible responsibility to a machine, to the computer.
Right.
And I actually got a lot. I got probably 3 years of experience as a service provider and agency owner, and more so as someone that automated stuff for myself. I'm gonna maybe try to touch a couple of points. For you ask
Sure.
what is the secret to
Yeah.
successful.
But I
So
wanted to ask before that, if
yeah,
there are CRMs, like I have a CRM. So what in addition to that is needed? Because if I have a CRM, right? So I have my salespeople aligned, marketing
yeah, yeah,
sometimes, and phone calls and follow-ups, right? So what are
yeah,
we
yeah.
like? What's different?
That's actually a good question. It wasn't on. It wasn't on
No,
your.
I want to
No, but I
understand.
like it. I like it. And
Surprising.
so first of all, CRM is sometimes it's a rather broad term, or maybe vague. You if one person talks about CRM and another, it's not sure, where the boundaries that each
Right.
one sets for their CRM. So, someone for one person, it's just taking care of leads, but then another includes projects execution in it.
Right.
So the question was, what other systems are there? So I'm going to give you an example with the first system that I automated, and it actually started with my own business. I was for a while, I was in a outsourcing agency. I used to hire virtual assistants in the Philippines as a service for other businesses. And I had an assistant that did it for me. And probably 3 years ago, she quit. She burned out, and we had went through a patch in the business, and I found myself having to do this all by myself. And this is a lot of stuff that I didn't like sending emails and bringing in details, information of recruitees, and putting them in my my Excels, what I had back then. So I automated that, and I used a software that I'm going to talk about in a bit. It's called Airtable, and
Mhm.
it's kind of an online database that I use to automate everything literally. And I just kind of I projected the process on that software, and all that stuff that I didn't like to do, it was automated. Getting the details, sending emails, booking appointment, getting interviews, and all that stuff. So this is just one thing that people don't necessarily think about when they think about automation,
Right.
but and I'm going to tell you that back then I was an agency, and I had to automate that for my own operation. But most of my clients that are buyers of this system, they're just businesses that hire regularly. So this is something that they automate, which is not a CRM. And
Yeah.
I can give more examples. I'm going to give
Yeah.
them later on.
I would say something
Uh,
that I'm aware of that these CRMs are very generic and it takes lots of time in order to customize
yeah,
them in many cases.
yeah,
And if I
yeah,
want something very specific or a very small portion of the total capabilities, it will take me a long time just to understand what I need to do in order to get exactly what I want.
I actually gonna touch that.